Hello. Hello.
Good morning, Kshirsagar sir. Can you hear my voice?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. Welcome, sir.
I'm audible, na, sir?
Yes, sir. You are audible, sir.
Yes, sir.
But I cannot see your screen, sir. Means I cannot see you.
Sir, yet I have not started.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You are visible now.
That's
Good
sir. Sir.
We'll sharply begin at 10 o'clock, sir.
Okay, okay, sir.
It is request to all the participants that they should keep their mics on mute mode.
Progress.
Yes, Dr. Shegaonkar, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. Good morning. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. You are audible, sir.
And clearly visible also, na?
Yes, sir. You are clearly visible also, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you.
Kshirsagar sir, I joined, sir. And
Okay, Kshirsagar, sir, welcome. Good morning.
Sir, good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning, sir. Good morning. You are welcome.
Sir, sir.
welcome, Ajay Sonawane, sir. Good morning, sir. Ajay sir, can you hear my voice?
Hello, sir. Good morning.
Very good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. Good morning. Good morning, Sonawane, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's audible now. Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Sir, we will sharply begin at 10 o'clock.
Good morning.
Okay,
Ajay, sir,
okay, sir.
Can you see that your PPT can be shared?
Yes, I'll
We'll just check it.
No, not yet.
Not yet. Okay, I will see. Just a minute. Ajay sir, can you please see that whether the slide can
Yes,
be
yes.
shared now?
Yes, yes. Now it can be shared. Yes,
Okay, sir. Thank you.
yes. Thank you, sir.
हे बघ तिथे डायरेक्ट लावले.
All the students are requested to keep their mics and videos on off mode. We'll start our program in 5 minutes.
आता 415 अव्वलवाल्यांचा आहे, 84-76 हा निवाल्यांचा आहे.
We'll start our program in 2 minutes. Good morning, one and all, for this today's webinar. I welcome all for today's webinar. Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Memorial College of Law has organized a webinar on Constitution. This year, West Khandesh Dalit Shikshan Prasarak Mandal is celebrating its Diamond Jubilee year, and hence this year we are conducting various programs. In this series, today we are having a webinar on Transformative Constitutionalism, Contemporary Discourse in India. Today we have as a chief guest Dr. Kshirsagar sir, Assistant Professor in SS Maniyar Law College, Jalgaon. Sir, I welcome you on behalf of West Dalit Shikshan Prasarak Mandals, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Memorial College of Law. I welcome you, sir, for this program.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
We have an eminent young dynamic personality as a resource person, Dr. Ajay Sonawane from Delhi University. On behalf of West Khandesh Dalit Shikshan Prasarak Mandal, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Memorial College of Law, I welcome you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Welcome, sir. Today, I welcome our principal, Dr. Vijay Bairam, sir, for this webinar. Now, I welcome our principal, Dr. Vijay Bairam, sir, for introductory speech of this webinar. Over to you, sir.
Okay. Good morning. Good morning to all of you. Today, our college, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Memorial College of Law, Dhule, is organizing a national online webinar on Transformative Constitutionalism, Contemporary Discourse in India. The very meaningful and crucial topic we discussed in this days because the value of law, the value of liberty, equality, justice have increased. And so our college is organizing this national webinar through online platform. For today's online webinar, the patron in chief is our Veshkhandev Dalit Shikshan Prasarak Mandal's chairman, Babasaheb Mahendra Chinile, Secretary Sri Shashikant Patil. For this online platform, the real source of our guidance, Honorable Dr. V. Kumar Reddy sir, Associate Dean, KBC North Maharashtra University, Jalgaon, have joined, as well as there is the auspicious presence of Honorable Principal Dr. N.D. Chaudhary sir, NTVS Law College, Nandurbar. For today's national webinar, the eminent resource person is Professor Dr. Ajay sir, Delhi University. And for this national webinar, the chief guest for this webinar, Dr. Kshirsagar sir, SS Maniyar Law College, Jalgaon. Honorable principals of various law colleges and other colleges who have joined this online platform, I welcome you all, honorable dignitaries, all the respected faculty members of KBC North Maharashtra University, Jalgaon, Faculty of Law, all the participants and dear students. It is really a wonderful day to discuss the transformative constitutionalism. The constitution, which is the living document and which is a living law of the land, the apex law of the land. And the words of Kelsen, constitution is the grand norm. And hence, there is no one above the Indian Constitution. Indian Constitution is the most sovereign document. And so discussing all these things in various aspects becomes very necessary. In this year, our Veshkhandev Dalit Shikshan Prasarak Mandal, Dhule, is celebrating Diamond Jubilee year. So we have organized number of online platforms because in such a COVID-19 pandemic situation, there is no other alternative than organizing the online platform, and that becomes very easy to conduct by inviting number of people, resources from the every corner of the world can be invited very easily. That so because of COVID-19 pandemic, we positively should learn that because of the COVID-19 pandemic situation, we have learned how to join the online platform. So because of online platform, organizing such national webinars, international webinars by inviting the eminent guests from the corner of the world becomes very possible. So today it is a wonderful day. It is a pious day that we are discussing transformative constitutionalism because of COVID-19 pandemic situation, when it was the absolute curfew which have compelled us to lock ourselves in our home. We have learned many things regarding equality, liberty, fraternity, the importance of freedom, the importance of wisdom we have learned. So the changing dimensions of all these things must be discussed on the open platform. Professor Dr. Ajay Sonawane sir, with the eminent resource person who will discuss many things regarding this, the flexibility, the future of Indian Constitution. So all these aspects will really be highlighted by Professor Dr. Ajay Sonawane sir. So on behalf of college, I welcome him. Dr. Kshirsagar sir is also there. So the online national webinar will give you much more benefit. So today it is a sweet dish for the participants. It is a feast for the participant to go through all these aspects. Our coordinator, Dr. Shegaonkar sir, have taken a lot of efforts for conducting this webinar. So I wish all the best to all of you. Take benefit of this national online webinar. I again welcomes all the respected dignitaries who have joined this platform. And with these least words, I sum up here. Jai Hind, Jai Maharashtra. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Honorable Principal Sir. That was a great honor for you, for us. You have inaugurated the session. I express my thanks from the committee. Now I request Dr. R.N. Makasale sir to introduce our guest, Dr. Ajay Sonawane. Dr. R.N. Makasale sir.
Okay, thank you, madam. Good morning, all and one. Respected Chairman Babasaheb Mahendraji Dhule, Dr. D. Yuvakumar Reddy sir, Associate Dean Kavitri Bainabai Chaudhary, North Maharashtra University, Jalgaon, Principal Dr. Chaudhary sir, Chief Guest Dr. Deepak Kshirsagar sir, Principal Dr. Vijay Bairam sir, and today's Chief Guest in this national webinar, Dr. Ajay Sonawane sir. It is an opportunity to me for introducing Dr. Ajay Sonawane sir. Dr. Ajay Sonawane sir is presently working as an assistant professor at Department of Law, Delhi University. Sir did his LLB and LLM from ILS Law College, Pune, and PhD from Department of Law, Savitribai Phule, Pune University. Sir is awarded with gold medal in LLM. Dr. Sonawane sir is served as an assistant professor in School of Law, Right and Constitutional Governance, TIC, or Tata Institute of Social Science. Sir has also served as a teaching associate of Human Right Education Program and Department of Law, Savitribai Phule University, Pune, Maharashtra. Dr. Ajay Sonawane sir has organized and presented a paper in various national and international seminar. Sir has published article in reputed journal and is editor of book entitled Economic Reasoning and Public Policy Case Studies from India. With this brief introduction of Dr. Ajay Sonawane sir, I will stop here and over to Dr. Sheikh madam. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir. That was very nice of you introducing such an eminent personality. He's really a dynamic person with so much of education on his side and caliber also. Welcome you, Dr. Ajay Sonawane sir, and the stage is yours. I would request you to make your presentation.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Okay, I hope my slide is visible.
Yes, sir, very much visible.
Okay, thank you. Okay, good morning, one and all. Respected Chairman sir, Principal sir, and Dr. Shegaonkar sir, and all other respected teachers and dear students. Firstly, I extend my thanks to West Khandesh Dalit Shikshan Prasarak Mandal and Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Memorial College of Law, Dhule for this kind invitation. And I also congratulate on the West Khandesh Dalit Shikshan Prasarak Mandal for celebrating this Diamond Jubilee year. So today, as we have a webinar on this topic, that is Transformative Constitutionalism, Contemporary Discourse in India. As my presentation, I have structured in this 4 points. That is, 1 is the idea of constitutionalism in India, then emergence of transformative constitutionalism, and the 3 organs, that is legislative, executive, and judiciary, that is legislative, executive, and judicial elements of transformative constitutionalism, and some observation on this aspect. So the core idea to highlight some of the point or to discuss some of the points is with respect to the how this idea of transformative constitutionalism that has emerged with the help of these 3 organs, and how these 3 organs, that is legislative, executive, and judiciary, they have helped or assist to develop this idea of transformative constitutionalism. As Principal sir has just now mentioned that there are like basic rights like liberty, equality, freedom. These rights are something which are essential, which are basic birthrights for every individual. So how these rights have basically shaped, and that has now got a new meaning or transformative meaning according to the changing nature of society and the state. So first, to begin with, let us first see that what exactly the Constitution of India and the term constitutionalism means. As the term Constitution of India, or even like when we study the Constitution, it basically the document which is the law of the land for all of us, and at the same time, it defines the interrelationship between the organs. Plus, it recognizes the rights and interests of the individual, as well as it defines the power and functions of the state. So in the state, when we have different institutions, different organs, so how they can function, what are their powers, so all these things are defined in the Constitution of India. And at the same time, the rights and liberty which are recognized from the society, because as when we talk about fundamental rights as the part 3, under the part 3 of the Constitution, then these rights are something which are birthright, which are fundamental, which are essential one, and these rights are recognized from the society. They are not something that because of the Constitution we have got those rights. These rights are something they have been recognized from the society, and then it is the state who protect those rights. Now the next point, like next idea comes, that what exactly do we mean by constitutionalism? Because constitution and constitutionalism, these two are very broad or different concept. And in this regard, there is, if I refer the like idea of constitutionalism from the point of view of Professor W.G. Andrews, he has mentioned in his book, that is Constitution and Constitutionalism, that if constitutionalism basically demands a consent, that is a consent or common consent of all on these following 4 points. That is, first one is the consent on the structure and process of government, consent on the rule of law, consent on the broad goals, and consent on policy matters. So when we talk about constitution, then yes, it basically functions, or it will be executed in the society or in the state. But at the same time, when it is basically governing with the help of certain organs, that is legislative, executive, and judiciary, and plus as a whole, that is a state, then what exactly things that is demand from the constitutionalism? Then here, according to this Professor W.G. Andrews, so concerns on structure and process of government. So when the government is established, how that government should be, what shall be its structure, what shall be the process of that government. And in that regard, there may be some implied rule, or there may be some express rules. So that depends according to the country, that depends according to the legal system. Similarly, concerns on the rule of law, because law is something which is above all, and everyone must follow the law as mentioned by Dicey as well. So there must be concerns on the rule of law. Then next we have concerns on the broad goals, that is concerns on policy matters, and broad goals wherein the as we have a state which is in the nature of social welfare state. So how the state should have certain goals, like in the Constitution we have a directive principle of state policy. So there must be a consensus on the broad goals and consensus on the policy matters as and when it is required. So constitutionalism from the point of view of W.G. Andrews, this is what his observation. And similarly, if we see the observation by Professor Upendra Bakshi, who is like we all know that who is a well-known stalwart in the on the subject of constitution as well as the law in deep. So according to him, he has now given the idea to this constitutionalism, wherein the constitutionalism most generally understood that provides for structure, forms, and apparatus of governance and modes of legitimation of power. So this is what generally we try to understand, that this is what mean by constitutionalism. But further, he has extended the meaning by saying that the constitutionalism is not about the governance. It also provides contested sites for ideas and practices concerning justice, rights, development, and individual associational autonomy. And therefore, the constitutionalism provides narratives of both rule and resistance. So somewhere when we talk about this constitutionalism, it is not only the term that restricted to keep the check upon the government or to keep the check upon the different organs of the state. But it's beyond that. It is something that it is not only about the governance, but it also gives the ideas and practices that are concerned with the justice, rights, development, and individual associational autonomy. Because that's why we can see in the recent era that how this same document, that is constitution, how it has been interpreted as and when it is required. As the time has changed, as society has changed, the interpretation of the constitution that has changed. So in this regard, even like I would like to add one more thing, that when we talk about this constitutionalism, then there are these last three words, that is, if you focus on these three words, that is ism. So ISM. So what exactly this ism basically tries to portray or reflect? Because generally we heard that different word like Gandhiism. That so when we talk about Gandhiism, then there are two different things. That Mahatma Gandhi is one thing and Gandhiism is another thing. So similarly, constitution is one thing and constitutionalism is another thing, because that ism is basically giving certain ideas, certain inspiration, certain vision, or you can say certain objective. So this may not be included in the document, in the constitution, but that are those principles, those ideas, those inspiration that generally we follow in our day-to-day life. So for example, when we talk about Gandhiism, so in case of Gandhiism, what exactly it reflects? It is nothing but it reflects certain his ideas like non-violence, or it may be like ahimsa. So all these things are coming through the idea of Gandhiism. Similarly, when we talk about constitutionalism, then there are certain principles such as keeping the check upon the government, or concerning about justice, rights, development of individual. So all these things that comes under this philosophy of this constitutionalism. So this whenever you when somebody gets the idea about this constitutionalism, then they can just compare this Gandhiism, constitutionalism, so that this idea will be very much clear in simple words. So now coming to the topic for today's discussion, that is now is the transformative constitutionalism. So now what exactly this term, how it has been extended? Because we have now seen the constitutionalism, it is something that has certain philosophy. But now the transformative constitutionalism, now what exactly it means? So here basically when we talk about transformation, so as we know that transformation is something that change, that is something has been changed, or something has been transformed, or something has like come into picture in a new or some innovative manner. So here when we talk about a society, then initially there was like a society wherein there was no group as such, but later on when the group formed, then society formed. And then in today's context, when we talk about a creation of just society through social transformation, because just society is something that is a necessity of a time, because it is not merely the society, it shall not be a jungle raj, but a society should be just, it shall be reasonable one, it should have the sense of certain these values like liberty, equality, dignity, etc. So when we talk about society, then individual is the main individual is the main you can say the content of that society, and the individual's life, liberty, equality, dignity is the essence of the fundamental right, because when the person is living in that society. So here the as even like when we talk about the rights, then this right is nothing but the as it is defined by Professor Roscoe Pound, rights or interest is right is nothing but an interest which shall be recognized, which shall be protected and enforced by the law. So Professor Roscoe Pound has defined the term rights in this manner, wherein it is nothing but an interest that needs to be recognized, protected and enforced by the law. And that is what generally every state or every like legislature, executive or judiciary does. They first protect